One of the best ways to understand attraction, particularly if you're trying to get an ex back where everything is a lot more nuanced and emotional, is to kind of view attraction through this lens of supply and demand. If you think back to when you got your ex, or really any relationship that you ever had, or even a hookup, okay, or even just when somebody liked you, you would have noticed that you like there's always one person that's more bought in and one person that's like, less invested. Okay, so there's always like one person chasing another. So how does that instruct us in terms of how attraction works? Well, if you chase, they're going to be a little bit more removed. And if you are more removed and they like you, there's going to be some chasing. And this is always the case. In every relationship, there's a power dynamic. And it's because of this foundational law of supply and demand. There's a lot of stuff that goes into us, like as humans, we subconsciously attribute like a higher premium on attention that's harder to get. And that's why people that are a little bit more inconsistent or more avoidant are naturally more attractive. You might notice that you've been attracted to a lot of avoidance in your past. And this is also instructive for you because, that randomized reward, that intermittent reinforcement, that responding sometimes in a timely manner, sometimes you're busy, takes you a while to respond. That sort of randomized reward is more attractive to that other person than jumping to your phone every time, right? So we place a higher premium on attention that's a little bit harder to get because subconsciously we think, well, they have more options, they have more cool stuff going on. It feels better to have to work for it a little bit. But long story short, there's always one person doing a little bit more, one person doing a little bit less. If you don't like the idea of having been dumped and you want your ex back, or just get to get anybody, you have to artfully put in enough effort where, you're not just neglecting the situation, but you have to stay in that sweet spot of doing less than them. So that way they're the ones that are in that position of chasing. You can cultivate this. So when supply goes high, demand goes low. But when supply goes low, demand goes high. But you can't have it supply all the way to zero because now there's no prospect of reward for your ex. So you can't